Boom! Welcome to the Carter Beck Network. Yes, I put my name first because I am a narcissist undercover. I'm here with my cohorts. I'm going to introduce the very, very often amazing and wonderful person to talk to, Mr. Ryan White first. Mr. Ryan White, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. We also have the logo, and that could be changing soon. We could be restructuring. Rob has other things he's been looking into, so we might have a co-logo. Could be something new. Mr. Roberto De Fishbeck, how are you, sir?
Doing mighty fine.
I love it.
So is this did you ever watch Succession?
I haven't seen Succession. No,
oh
sir.
Man, dude, this feels like 4 episodes of Succession going on right now where you're gonna try to like push me out.
Never. I can't push you out.
We're doing a merger. This is like Disney 20th Century Fox, but Disney didn't change their name.
Equally as important.
Joker, Sir Joker, Joker, Achilles, whatever you would like to call me. I do prefer Sir, whatever you call me anyway, because it's more fun that way. But let's get into it. Guys, we ready to take flight tonight?
Dude, we ride at dawn. Let's roll.
Let's roll. So let's start with the ranting of it all, because we have two and a half cinephiles here. Mr. White is a very involved moviegoer, and Robert is a little obsessed, is the word. I like movies. I like them a lot.
Yeah, I like a decent obsession.
Yes, I don't like them to the degree that Robert does. I don't think most humans do.
Depends.
But
on
let's talk about cinema. Is that all right with you guys? Let's start with cinema. Go ahead.
I want to start by saying this. The great Steve Van Zandt, his autobiography is called Unrequited Infatuations, and I heard that title and was like, that just applies to so much of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll.
Let's get it. Rob, go ahead. You could take the lead on this. Jump in as needed.
All right, so I know you wanted to talk about Fantastic Four. That was like one of the topics for the evening. So let's start with that. Let's because that came out a couple months ago, and me and Ryan have had time to digest it. I know that.
Me too.
Look, it's a really good movie. It feels very much akin to like a Batman Begins, where it's kind of like, okay, this is the intro, right? I'm sure once we get the sequel to it, it'll make the first one even better to go back and rewatch. Or like, I also would like equate it to like Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. If you guys are following the new trilogy with Noah, kind of sets everything up, right? But at the same time, it's just not as much fun as it used to be. And it's nothing against the movie, but it's not as much fun as it used to be.
At what point do you think there will be a sequel
to Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
I would probably say by 2028, 2029 for sure.
Okay.
Why wouldn't they make a trilogy out of this? Because it didn't do so hot in the box office?
I don't know. They haven't seemed to be going that route since 2020.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they will. The only sequels that they have done, and I could be wrong, but they were to movies that already had sequels well before. For example, there was Thor: Love and Thunder, which was the 4th Thor movie, but we had 3 of them before 2020. So I can't think of one. I mean, there's the Spider-Man one, but that was already basically planned before 2020 as well. So yeah, not many. I guess you could count Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but they probably already knew that when they were doing WandaVision. So yeah, I don't know how many sequels they have planned that are going to be
Spider-Man, but I think only because Spider-Man is Sony, and I think Sony's driving a really tough bus with the Spider-Man stuff.
I just think they know it'll make $1 billion because it's Spider-Man, and those even the Andrew Garfield movies did well. The first
Oh,
one.
yeah.
You know.
I largely hear, because I work with a lot of kids and a lot of younger humans. A lot of people's favorite superhero is Spider-Man still, like, because I think a lot of people do relate to Tom Holland, and then you have the Zendaya of it all, and that's a big piece to his popularity. Yeah, he's a good actor, all of that stuff, and then when the Odyssey comes out, it's going to get pushed up more, because what do you think's going to happen? Like, he's going to do Spider-Man, and that's going to make what, 1-2 billion. Then they're going to do Doomsday. That's going to make. They have to make at least 2 billion.
I mean, to me, it's a safer bet to say Spider-Man 4 will make $1 billion than Avengers Doomsday will make $2 billion, to be quite honest.
I think Spider-Man 4 is gonna, well, if whatever it's going to be called. Do we know what it is yet? The title?
Brand New Day.
Brand
New Day.
Right, Brand New Day. I think that's going to be a little tougher. Obviously, with the last one, it brought back Toby and Andrew, and that was kind of a big boost right there. I don't know if this one will do as well, but we'll see.
Well, like I said, I really think they're trying to push it with the whole thing that Hulk's going to be in it and the Punisher.
Yeah.
And we're also getting a Punisher movie or special or whatever on Disney Plus. I don't know if that's
okay.
or after. Yeah. And that's going to be tied to Daredevil season 2. The Disney Plus season 2. It would technically be season 5 of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Which will be the end of that. But I think, like I said, I think we were talking about this behind the scenes, and Ryan had mentioned about like when Chapek was there versus when Iger got back. And like, I think on all fronts, they're going to be trying to build it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think that the Marvel of it all is the very business focused, where you kind of been taking a lot of body shots over the last few years, and now you have to put the big dogs out to make money. Because if you think about it, anywhere in this progression, Fantastic Four, like it or not, you have what's that man's name? That's in every movie.
Pedro Pascal
of it all. You have Thunderbolts, and Lawrence Pugh is very popular. So is David Harbour. Harbor.
Ship in a harbor.
Yes, that's what I meant. I was just testing you guys.
Oh, okay, good.
And then you have, Spider-Man on horizon. You have Black Panther 3. Me and Rob have been talking a lot about that. You're putting Denzel in there. Whatever role he is, you're putting Denzel in there. You're bringing back a lot of people. And I don't know if Jeffrey Wright was in the other one, but I could very easily see him being in.
I don't think he was.
Ryan Coogler is apparently really good friends with them too. And I think that the business of it, you're bringing out big stars and big people to push up and buffer the money, because they want to make money. Do you guys, I'm sorry. Let me say hi to the chat. CQ Murray, hey girl, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. I do want to see, I want to see them have a good 3 parts. I want to have a beginning, middle, and end. And me and Rob have been talking about this. I've been harping on this. I don't think a lot of the movies, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, good movies.
Well, those don't have sequels yet, so we can't say. But we can say the Guardians trilogy is incredible. The Iron Man trilogy, it's a little uneven. The Cap movies, Cap's really good. I take that back. But Black Panther would be another.
3 of them are really good.
Yeah.
And I want to, and I meant 3 parts in the actual movie. Like, I'm not sequels, the beginning, the middle, and then the final, like the last act. I think a lot of the movies, what Marvel's been struggling with, is the last act. I think that movies in general haven't been amazing to me.
You got to see one battle after another. And Weapons. You still haven't seen Weapons?
I haven't seen Weapons yet. It's on streaming, so I'll probably be able to see it. But sometime in October, we'll probably do something horror.
We'll circle back to all that.
We'll circle back to the horror.
I definitely liked Fantastic Four. I thought that it was safe. They didn't try to do
Yep.
too many crazy things.
Yep.
Obviously, this is a spoiler discussion, so they did not kill Galactus, so he was not a one and done, which would have been very odd if that was the case.
Stupid. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad that I'm assuming he'll be back at some point. But yeah, it's just I wouldn't say problem, but the thing is, after I watched it, I wasn't like, oh my god, I need
Yep.
to see that again.
Yep.
And they kind of need that level of excitement to keep this going, where I think we will get that in some of the coming installments. But yeah, at least I know Thunderbolts did really well on Disney Plus. I'm assuming Fantastic Four will do just as well. But obviously with Thunderbolts, not as many saw it in the theater, so more people discovered it on Disney Plus, and now because they did, hopefully they will be more hyped for what is coming as well.
Yeah, and I like that there's not 3 of these movies coming out next year. It's just 2. Because it
The
gives
Spider-Man
people
and
more-
Doomsday.
Correct. It gives
Okay.
people more time to. Oh, okay, I got time to catch up.
Right.
I think there's a lot going on, and I know you guys probably didn't catch it yet, but the whole horror of it. One of the what ifs that I did watch from season 1 was the zombie one, and Marvel just did a 4-part Marvel Zombies, and I'm not a big animation person. I thought it was really good. I thought the story was pretty good. Now you're getting into, you did 4 parts and you left it on the cliffhanger. It's okay. How many zombie episodes can you do? 20, 30? And I know that this is a big thing that they've been doing just in general with releasing things in parts. Wednesday season 2 was part 1 and part 2.
You know why, right? It's got nothing to do with the project creatively. It has everything to do with trying to keep you to not cancel that subscription.
Yep.
And when you write things to do that and
Yep.
not wow people and make people drool at the mouth like they used to, you
Yep.
run into a problem. You go right off the cliff.
Okay, so let me ask this then. If it's to keep them, to keep their subscription, there were 8 episodes in season 2, right? For Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Why not just do 1 a week and force people to keep it for that full 2 months
Like
instead
the other
of
ones?
yeah.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. They either drop them all at once or they drop them in chunks. I don't think they have ever done the week to week thing, at least with a pre-taped show of any sort. I think maybe one of their reality shows on there or something was week to week.
Netflix?
But
Talking about on Netflix?
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if that's the case, I don't understand why they would not have spread it out even more then.
Sure.
I don't think that. I think we have an ADHD nation, unfortunately.
Well,
No, I don't think that people would pay attention for that long, because I feel like the break for Wednesday was pretty long, and it wasn't super long. It was probably 3 weeks, but I also didn't watch the last episode of the first part of season 2 until I want to say August 31st or September 1st. And then, because I'm not a good binge watcher, so I will kind of stretch stuff out a little bit to because I'm old school. When I grew up, you see it week to week. So for the most part, and I only watched 2 episodes because I watched it with my daughter, which was the cool thing about it. I got to watch it with my daughter, and she would be like, "Oh, I wanted to watch with you," and we got to watch it. So that was fun to do that. I do think that was a cool part of it, a cool aspect, but she wanted to watch the whole thing, and I think that's how a lot of people are.
mhm.
I can't do that. I can't sit there because the episode was pretty long.
They're about an hour each.
Yeah. 4 hours. To me, I get tired of stuff, and then I don't really want to watch it. I think that was my problem with season 1 of Wednesday.
I want to say I watched, at least when it came to season 2, 1 a day, but I didn't start until I knew that the last 4 would be out. That way I could continue that trend.
Yes, me too. That's why I waited so long. I had started watching them again because she wanted to watch them quick. which I'm not really good at. We did that. And then I was just like, well, she's like, well, why can't we watch the last one? I go, because I want to wait for the next season to drop so I can go into the next season.
Yeah.
Because to me, if it's streaming, what's the point of waiting? You know, and all that. I think who used to do, was it Marvel's probably done it the most. Then they do that with like Secret Invasion, I think was the last one when they were dropping it weekly.
I gotta be honest with you, I just don't remember at this point.
Yeah. I'm trying to forget that series.
That was okay for like.
I think that was week to week. You are correct. But that's what they've been doing with all of them, is week to week. The only show they dumped was Echo. They dumped the whole thing at once, and I binged it in a day. To be fair,
I started it. I still have to watch it.
Very good. It's very good. I gave it 4 stars. 4 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd.
So I think that when you talk about the logistics, and these are not my stats, I don't know where I heard it, but they were talking about the breakdown. Maybe it was Double Toasted. They were talking, or Campier, one or the other. They were talking about that they were still stop 10 in the second part of Wednesday season 2, but that viewership dropped maybe 100,000 viewers.
Yeah, it did have lower. I know it was a video from Campy. I don't remember the numbers.
Yeah,
but yes, it did have less viewership overall.
But they said that the viewership was still super high. And
it's still better than most of the shows that they put out, but it wasn't following the trend of season 1. So
the first season came out 3 years ago.
That is another thing, which is frustrating.
I'm sorry, you're not Game of Thrones. You're not at like that season 5 of Game of Thrones where like 18 months can go by and like people wait.
Yeah.
Well, I think the
fucking years.
But the hard part is that you have Jenna Ortega, who is on fire right now, and she did Beetlejuice. I don't remember if she did the Screams before or after Wednesday, but
somewhere
while she was shooting. So she dropped Beetlejuice. And then I know she did another movie I didn't see. I know she's busy, but she's also playing similar roles. So, and that's not her. Like, if you suss out I think they're nuanced different.
Yes.
But I don't think that people look at it and say, oh, that's Jenna being this. And
well, here's the other thing, though, is most of the time, at least for the roles I'm thinking of, she is playing either a teenage girl or a girl in her early 20s, which makes sense because that's what she is. So I think that's why we're thinking, oh, they're all so similar when, I mean, they are, but that's because she's, kind of cast that way on purpose. So nothing against her, but the reason I watch this show Wednesday is because of her. I can't imagine anybody else doing this character as good. So
I think I want to say her name is Emma Murray, but I could be wrong. The one who plays
Emma Myers.
Enid. Myers. See, you guys are here. That's why I got you guys here to catch me. I think their relationship is really good. And I think because Jenna Ortega is now an executive producer on the show, which I didn't know, which is interesting, that I do think that's why I do think Wednesday matured a lot as a show for the viewing audience, and that might have been a big thing.
Yeah. I will say, since we're talking about that, and I'm curious what you guys think, I don't think, or at least I didn't feel, Enid was either in the show as much this go around, or they did not give her as much to do. Did you guys feel the same at all, or what?
Full disclosure, just so our audience is aware, I have not seen the show Wednesday.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
I don't plan on watching it. Yeah. Who plays Gomez?
Luis
Raul
Guzman.
Right.
Yeah.
And Catherine Zeta-Jones plays Morticia?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's finally in a big role.
Yeah. But
he's always a character actor, so.
He's good. They're both good as Morticia and Gomez. I think they're really good. I do think
Joker, did you think that she was either not in it as much or they didn't give her as much to do, or were you getting those feelings at all?
I think that they were trying to put Catherine Zeta-Jones in more. I
Okay.
think to make her more like forward front.
Well,
phase.
a lot of this season was that mother-daughter
Yes.
relationship and more of a conflict between the
Yes.
two of them. So,
which was interesting, which I thought was good. But again, I felt like the first season, which again was 3 years ago, and in all reality, it was probably more high school-y then.
yes,
They would only be in their sophomore or junior years, whichever way you look at it.
right.
So obviously, they're gonna, because I think on the show, Jenna's supposed to be 16, Enid's supposed to be 17. So Enid,
Yeah, I
being
don't
17
recall the age, but that
means
could be
he's
right.
they don't really say. Enid's a junior, Wednesday's a sophomore, so obviously they were approved season 3. So they'll probably do 2 more seasons, and then I think that will be it. So to your point, I don't think Enid was as forward facing this season. I don't know why. I like their dynamic.
Yes.
I like their give and take, but I've also heard, and I don't know if it's true, I've heard that she doesn't necessarily love Jenna Ortega because she's had to make a lot of, like, acquiesce a lot to her. I don't know if that's true. That's only rumblings that I've heard. I haven't done any journalism about it. I'll leave that to Rob. He'll probably come up with some articles at some point, but that's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true, but also I think that they're trying to make it more Wednesday the detective, Wednesday doing investigations, Wednesday just, because a lot of the stuff that she didn't really fence. I know she did against Morticia. She didn't really fence. She didn't do a lot of the school stuff. There wasn't any scenes really in class. So to me, Nevermore is more like just like a placeholder. And
Yeah.
Enid's part of the placeholder and trying to protect her. I think that got her pushed to the background a little bit. But I think it's going to be a little bit more focused on her next season. And
wait right there. I got a timeout for a second.
Okay.
What do you mean when the next season? What, in 3 years? Jenna Ortega's book solid. I mean, I'm not knocking you. It's just like, I don't mean to be rude, but I think this should have been a limited series. And then if she can do it, we'll do a season 2 down the line, to age them up a little bit. But to try to do, it's like Euphoria. Euphoria has the same problem. Those girls and Jacob Elordi are book solid.
Slightly different, but yes. Sure. Two things I will say to that. Number one, season 2 did end with a clear direction for season 3.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's one reason that they're doing it. And then, as we said earlier, even though it was not as high of ratings as season 1, it is still one of their most viewed shows on Netflix. So I doubt that they would not do it. But yes,
have they said like, oh, it's coming in 27?
No. Okay. But again, I do agree that a shorter time period would be nice. But as you also said, we know that these particular people, specifically Jenna, is very, very busy. Yeah. So I don't know, but it would be nice to get a season 3 sooner than later, for sure.
Yes. I agree. She just turned 23 the other day. And now you're 23 playing. And she looks, and I'm not saying this, she looks super young. I don't think she's going to she has to stop messing with her face. Whatever she's doing, she has to stop. Like, she can't keep doing that stuff because it was like the kids on, from chapter 2, from chapter 1 to chapter 2.
Well, I mean, they literally got bigger.
That's what I'm saying.
That was the difference.
Jessica Chastain was, like, and Bill Hader. Yeah. But no, I know what you're saying.
I'm talking about the actual kids. Like, they looked older.
Yeah. And I'll echo my point about Euphoria because it's in high school. But hey, by the way, shout out to this Letterboxd reviewer. I don't remember your name, but I was reading Letterboxd reviews to Death of a Unicorn when I watched it. And their Letterboxd review was, they're just gonna put Jenna Ortega in high school roles for the next decade. And it's just like, I don't know. I just don't. Do something else.
No, I agree. I do think
It pays.
It pays. She's talented. Like
Yeah.
she's good. You know.
Yeah, no, I do think that this season, I thought the whole cast acted better. I do think, like, to the point about the kids, Pugsley looks like he's 6'9" now.
Yes, he had the biggest physical change for sure.
He looks a lot older.
Yes,
And he is.
but luckily he still looks the same.
He still
in
looks
general,
like a little kid. He just looks like they stretched him out.
Yeah, for sure.
Was there a time jump at all that was it like next year? Or something?
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because it was over the summer.
Yeah.
Because season 2 begins at the beginning of the new school year.
Yeah.
Where I'm pretty sure season 1 ended at the end of the school year.
Yeah.
So the only time jump was the summer. Again,
Okay,
I
so
could
he
be
went
wrong,
through a growth
but-
spurt. Okay.
Well, yeah,
Buy it.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's also a boy, and if you look at pictures of him, he legit probably grew like 4 or 5. I was the same.
Yeah, 100%.
And he's not short and chubby. People have said, "Oh, he's not short and chubby anymore." He was a little bit more. Then Eugene, another character. He
Yeah,
got
very
taller.
different looking
He
as
looked-
well.
They
Yeah.
all looked older.
Like,
I mean,
I watched the season 1 recap for season 2, and I'm like, I think this is the same actor. But yeah, he looks very different as well.
but I do like. I do think that they all were better in acting, and I think they put more emphasis on the supporting cast, especially with Steve Buscemi.
Yeah,
Buscemi's in the show?
Yeah, he was the.
he's the new principal
He's the new
because
principal.
something happened to the old principal.
Oh, okay.
I
I could probably guess.
Are we avoiding spoilers for Rob on this one?
Rob's
I'm
never
not
gonna
going to watch
Okay,
it. No.
so
Can I take a guess?
go for it. This will be
So
interesting.
I think the Addams family, they Addams family, we're gonna use it as a verb, or Wednesdays, and the principal was either caught in a scandal or was embarrassed or did something that was a fireable offense and they left or they killed him. Which one was it?
So they were killed by who we found out was the bad guy in season 1,
Okay.
or at least the person behind the curtain, if you will, turned out to be Christina Ricci, her character that she was playing in season 1.
Who
Gwendolyn
did she play?
she played a was it biology teacher?
Okay, but she's the one that killed the principal?
Yes.
Okay.
And Gwendolyn Christie from Game of Thrones was playing the principal. Now, the thing that I liked about, well, one of the things that I liked about season 2 is they did bring Gwendolyn Christie back, but she was Wednesday's spirit guide, I think is what they referred to her as in season 2. So I'm glad that she got to be in the show again. But she was no longer, she was the same person, but she was no longer the principal at the school, which is now Steve Buscemi, where he was doing some shady stuff all the way through.
Now, is Christina Ricci, is her character like a witch or something?
No, I don't think she
We're just
has.
told about a murder.
Well, basically, yeah.
Wait, who was Christina Ricci?
In season 1, she was the teacher that was controlling the Hyde guy.
Yes. Okay.
And then we saw her in the institution in season 2, where the Hyde guy ended up killing her.
I didn't.
But yeah, so
I don't mean to be rude, but you know what I would rather be interested in watching? Like, why don't they just have Christina Ricci play Wednesday Addams like as a grown up? Like that show would be cool, and she's got like her own kids, and you make new characters, and like go
Then it would be the Addams
in
family
their 80s.
Then it wouldn't be the Addams family.
I don't know. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but now due to the popularity of this and Jenna Ortega being this character through and through, I doubt that will be a thing. So
yeah,
the Jenna's like the way she portrays her. Like even the other versions of Wednesday that I've seen, Christina Ricci was great, but Jen, I don't know how she doesn't blink.
Yeah,
it's fucking weird.
They bring that up in interviews as well. How good she is at not blinking, which is awesome.
and it's just like deadpan, and it's no emotion, and it goes to her character. And when I see her like not as Wednesday, I was like, why is she pretending to be nice and be bubbly? You don't.
Well,
you don't believe it.
We'll get to that in just a minute, which I really enjoyed.
When they switch,
yeah. But back to Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
He had a interesting story. Obviously, we knew from the beginning something a little off with this guy, and then we find out he reveals his plan and blah blah blah. My thing is, and again, this is not a complaint, but it's something that I thought of in the show, is he's smart enough to have that little, I don't know what was inside the trinket, but he had that little thing that made him immune to the sirens, the mermaid people who could make you do things when they speak a certain way. So he had that, but he wasn't prepared for Invisible Girl. I was just like, but hey, you know what? I get it. It's something to move the plot along and so on. But I thought with all of his planning, it would take a little bit more to bring him down. But still, something small to complain about. So
yeah, I do feel like they were like, all right, son, and thanks.
Yeah.
No, I thought he was pretty good. The adults had more of a role this season, and I thought they matured it a lot. And so in my notes, I said it was a relationship absent season. Enid was the only one that really had a relationship, sort of. And
well, she was kind of deciding. Well, I don't know if deciding is the right thing, but she wasn't fully telling the first one no.
Yeah.
And she wasn't fully committing to the new one.
Yeah.
I think is the best way to describe that. So
she was kind of like teetering on that relationship thing. And what I've heard Jenna Ortega say in interviews, she didn't want to give Wednesday a relationship interest or romantic interest because she wanted her to focus on like the detectiving. And to me, like it was whatever. Like to me, the clues and all that stuff, it was okay. I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was amazing. I feel like the thing that makes Wednesday interesting is that she's just like her. She's weird. She's odd. The whole detectiving and finding clues and all that stuff, I was just like, all right, I guess. It doesn't super move me one way or the other. I don't know what you thought.
Yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine with it. Obviously, most shows with characters of that age, they almost have to have a relationship, it feels like.
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice that they did not go that traditional route. And what you were saying, she can just be her, basically. So, yeah, I was fine with it.
So, let's see.
I have two other things I can bring up.
Oh, go ahead, sir. Shoot.
Number one, I just mentioned it a little bit ago, but definitely my favorite episode was the body swap episode. So in one of the episodes, Rob, Enid, and Wednesday switch. So
they Freaky Friday.
Yeah. Emma Myers has to act like Jenna Ortega, and then Jenna Ortega has to act like Emma Myers, which is awesome. So one of the bits they did is, so when they're swapped, Wednesday dresses in like this colorful outfit, and then starts breaking out, and the joke is she was literally allergic to color, which I think she said that in the first season. So yeah, but no, at the beginning of that episode where it opens with her doing that dance and in that colorful outfit and everything, I'm like, either this is a body swap or there better be a darn good reason why she's doing, and that's what it turned out. But no, I think that is where Emma probably did the best, because you got to see her act in a very different way, and she did the way Wednesday acts as her really, really well, I thought.
Yeah, and I mean, I thought Jenna Ortega was fun because she seems like she's nice enough.
It was
Again,
weird seeing her be, smiling and stuff.
right?
though.
Yeah,
So,
because I don't think you really see her. I shouldn't say that. When I've seen Jenna Ortega in interviews, I've seen.
oh
like,
yeah,
she
but I mean the
smiles.
character though. The
No.
character
I
that-
know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that I don't typically see her smile at all, but I was gonna say in interviews, I feel like she's a very much action. She's always on. She's always putting. I don't think you see who she is at all. And,
Maybe.
And I think that one of the reasons why she didn't have a relationship is that maybe she's not necessarily straight or necessarily whatever it is. I think that they're trying to make it like I've heard people say that like Hannibal and what's his name from the Hannibal series?
Well, his name is Hannibal. The movie is Silence.
No.
of the Lambs.
The
Oh,
the
Mads
detective.
Mikkelsen.
No, not the detective. The detective's name. Oh,
Are you talking about Edward Norton's character or Jodie Foster's character?
Eric Norton's character.
I don't remember his name, but I know that's from
Will
Red
Graham.
Dragon.
Thank you
Okay.
for reminding me. But on his TV show, Mads Mikkelsen
Yes.
and William Graham, they've said that was supposed to be like kind of like their romantic relationship. In a way,
Okay.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but I do understand why people would say that. I think Enid and Jenna are supposed to have that same like type of like relationship closeness that's not necessarily romantic, but
Right.
supposed to fill that gap in. And to your point, I don't think Enid was there enough to have that real connection, to have that
Yeah.
real relationship. And I do think that, to what you were saying, I think that was interesting.
So, kind of going off of that, the way that season 2 ends is Enid is now a werewolf, and she might, we don't know this for sure, but she might permanently be a werewolf. So, my concern for season 3 is that she is the actress, Emma Myers, is going to be in it even less if that
Yep.
continues. Because, she'll obviously be there as a werewolf,
Yeah.
but will she get more screen time?
It's like
But that-
Pedro and Mandalorian.
Yeah, basically. So that's kind of my concern because, like we've been saying, we like the two of them together and they
Yep.
have great chemistry and everything. I would hate for season 3 to have very little of that.
And I could see that happening because, like you said, I also don't want it to go. I mean, I wouldn't say. I felt like Tim Burton tried to make it Burton tried to make it more horror. This
A little bit. Well, like
season.
you said, this one is a little bit more adult this season.
Yes.
So
And I feel like the first season was more like goth emo kind of
yeah,
high schooly, and they're trying to make it more, more mature. I do feel like if you go so much into the werewolves, and then what are you gonna have to bring in vampires and all this stuff? Where are we going to? Are we going like? Are we just going to sci-fi? Are we going all the way into?
I mean fantasy, but not necessarily sci-fi.
Fantasy, Ryan. White.
Past the realm of believability.
And I mean, again, nothing about them is really believable per se, but are you changing genres? Are you shifting genres? Are you shifting the focus? And to me, that's my concern because, again, I thought season 2 was better than season 1.
Oh, really?
Season 2
Okay.
focus more.
Gotcha.
Season 1 was good, but I think season 1 was good because Jenna Ortega is good. And because Emma Myers is good. And I mean, I don't remember how many episodes were in the first.
I think 8 as well.
Probably 1 was whatever. No, 1 was good. I think the first 5 or 6 were good. 7 and 8, I kind of like lost interest. Like when it started getting into the end of season 1, I started like going off into, La La Land. But what are your thoughts?
I mean, it's been a while since I've seen season 1 because
Me
I
too.
watched it in 2022.
Yes.
I remember really liking it. I still really like season 2. I want to say maybe I like season 1 a little bit more. I can't pinpoint why. But yeah, so both of them are good, and I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to be there for season 3. So, like I said, I just have my concern about it.
Yeah. What are some things that maybe you didn't particularly? I know that Emma wasn't there as much, but besides Enid not being around, did you feel that? How did you feel about the storyline with Morticia in Wednesday?
It was good. Like you said, there was more of it, so that
Yeah.
was nice. I wish, or maybe I don't, and I'm not sure, but I feel like there were times where Wednesday would ask a question and then nobody would give her the answer. So then we as the audience would not have the answer either.
Yeah.
I feel like that might have happened more this season. I don't know if that is on purpose because they're going to tell us more in season 3, because now there's that whole thing with Morticia's sister, right?
Yes.
Because her mother has her locked away in something, and we don't know if her writing Wednesday Addams dies is because she wants that or because it's like a premonition of some sort
Did
or
she
something
say
like
dies
that.
or did she say must die? I thought it said must die.
It very well could say must die.
I'm
yeah.
not saying you're wrong. I didn't. I'd have to watch it again.
I think you're right on that one. But yeah, so just, more questions. Hopefully we'll get those answers and they won't go to the side or anything like that. Now, one of my questions is, we see Morticia throw that book into the fire, and at least for me, it did not look like it was actually burning. And that is why she gave the look that she did, because if she throws it in and then it cuts back to her and she's looking at it as if something is happening or not happening. So I'm curious if that did not burn, and Wednesday will get a hold of that in season 3 and be able to find out what she needs to.
I think I think Morticia is gonna end up giving her, because don't forget they allegedly have a Fester series coming out.
Oh, I was unaware of that.
Let me just confirm.
Who plays Uncle Fester?
I forgot his name.
Fred Armisen from SNL or Portland.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
look
really
right
good.
out.
Fester series. Let's see. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's necessarily true.
I don't know if I would be as into that, honestly. He's cool when he shows up, and he brings that that other kind of quirkiness to the show, but I don't know if I'm like, oh yeah, I want a series with that character, unless somehow, I don't know, it would have to heavily rely on whoever he meets along the way.
Yeah, it's saying that they approved it in 20. I don't remember them greenlighting it, but they apparently greenlighted it a couple of years ago. He said it's amazing. I don't know if anybody's gonna be like, yeah, this is a tough as shit. But they did say Fester, and I think that's going to be more like a traditional quote unquote, Addams family, because I think that Fester is the most Addams of the Addams family.
Yeah, because he still has a power. So
yeah.
I mean, I guess they all do, but Gomez. So never mind.
Gomez had power, but it's gone now.
Right.
Morticia, I don't know if they said, well, they're Ravens, so she's a dove. I don't know if she's a psychic or telekinetic or whatnot. I know she has some kind of powers. Pugsley has powers. I don't know what they're going to do with the series. For what it's going to be, 8. What are you going to do for eight shows?
Right.
Like, unless it's going to be like 3 or 4, then okay, maybe. But you're going to have Jenna Ortega in that too, because they went off together. So obviously it's going to be their adventure looking for Enid, and that might be why she wasn't in the series that much, because she's going to be featured more. And it'll be like Fester, Enid, and Wednesday in the Fester series. I don't know though.
I don't see how Wednesday would be a second bill at all, though. So
Netflix does not have this kind of money. Like they just don't.
That's the last thing I'm thinking of when it comes to what is the problem with this show.
I I don't know that they have enough material for a Fester series because he hasn't even been. He's been in there enough, but he hasn't been in there.
Let me rephrase. Let me rephrase what you're saying. I don't think they have enough interesting material for it.
Yeah. I mean, because even Fester, like Chris Lloyd Fester, he was in it a lot.
Yeah.
Because again, you're talking about a whole movie where he's in the flow and he lived with them.
He did have that storyline with, I believe it was Joan Cusack was like the romantic interest. And it was kind of like it was loose enough for that to have all the hijinks and all the like.
But the thing is, though,
their thing in between,
right? But the thing is, though, those movies were called The Addams Family. It was not focused on one of them. So I would be very surprised if they would make Wednesday a secondary character.
And haven't they made 2 movies now with the animated series in the last 5 years with Oscar Isaac as Gomez?
I don't know if it's in the last 5 years, but yes, there are 2 animated ones.
2. Okay.
They're hanging there. The only way I can see is that they're banking obviously off of Jenna Ortega being super popular. Currently staying popular, which I can see with that, unless she's going to make it a priority. But the only way she's making it a priority is if they're going to give her movie money to do Wednesday. And I don't know. They've been getting a lot of actors to do a lot of the, like Netflix and Amazon, so they might have that money. But I've also heard that they also greenlit Beetlejuice.
They did.
So she's going to be doing that. So she has that. She has Wednesday. She's going to have some role in Fester, even if it's a series where she's going to pop in or whatnot. What are you going to do? Like, it's good, but how much is going to be too much Jenna Ortega?
And the Fester series might not even happen. I mean, obviously, as we know, they announce things and then may not ever actually do them. So they might change their minds on that. I do have a different question if you didn't have any more to say about that.
Sir, you are the man. Let it roll.
So, I forget which episode, but it was one of the later episodes where the mother and uncle, they're trying to extract the hide power from Tyler. All right, I'll hear more on that, I guess. So they trick him into, not trick, but they set it up as if they're extracting the hide power from her, but then the uncle uses his power to make Tyler the one on the table instead. And then when Wednesday has that axe, instead of killing him on the table, which easily could have done, she chooses to let him free. Now, I've heard that people say that, it's because she still loves him or cares for him or whatever, which sure, but I took it as she saw somebody who was being forced to not be who they are. And she knows what that feels like. So she wanted to help that person. So I'm curious what you might have thought during that.
What I thought immediately was that she still cares about him or has feelings for him. It doesn't have to be love, but I think she still probably cares about him.
Okay.
But they have that like that push-pull relationship that you need in these kind of TV shows. And I think they leaned into it so much because they don't have the romantic interest. If it was a romantic interest, I think he was one of the romantic interests last season, right? The first season.
Well, he was her romantic interest last season. Well, at least so it was between him and one other guy, but he ended up being the one that she wanted until she touched him and saw the vision of what he was. So
I don't know that goes away right away. So to your point, she is always trying to help people, and I think Wednesday shows her compassion and empathy by actions, not by ever talking, not by being nice and all that stuff. I mean, she was nice to Enid when she had to. She's nice when she has to be.
She's nice in her way.
Yes, but she says nice stuff. She did say nice stuff to Enid. She was a lot nicer to Enid this season than she was last season, which I understand. I also think that you're coming on my show. Say hi. That's my child. She watched Wednesday with me. She held me hostage. So with I think that to your point, yes, she was trying to help somebody who's getting something done against her will, because I don't think she likes that. But I also think that it coupled with the fact that she does care about him. But I don't know that was the specific reason she let him go. I don't think that she really felt like she had a reason to kill him, because I think she's had a couple of chances to kill him. But he also could have killed her.
Yes, very much so. So
I think that it's that push-pull. I mean, only one that comes to mind is like Sam and Diane from Cheers. Yes, I'm old. So like I love it. Why the face?
I mean, that was even before me, and I've been here a while.
I'm trying to think of people that had like that push-pull relationship where they like each other, then they don't like each other. Rob could probably give an example of that. But yeah, I think that's a good point. I think you make a really good point. Can't hear you, Rob.
So when I first brought that up, you kind of went, what was that about?
A lot of like the psych hospital, the slurp and all of that stuff. I think Tim the Zombie, that whole storyline was Tim Burton getting to do Tim Burton stuff, him getting to do the animation and the reanimation and all that stuff.
Okay.
It was okay. I mean,
you felt that it was forced because he wanted it? Is that what you're saying?
I do think he wanted it in there. I don't think you needed it. I think you could have stayed with the storyline and I know they tied it all together and all that and all the people that
if that zombie was just a zombie through and through, then I would totally agree with you. But I do feel, even though it may not have been in the best way, at least they did incorporate it into the main storyline. So
I wasn't, I mean, and like I said, I don't think a lot of these things are sticking to landing. I think and I think that was the problem with season 1. I think the last episode was mostly good. I liked the 8 episodes were pretty strong for me. I don't think there was any that I didn't particularly like. I can probably say the first season, 8 was okay. 7 and 6 were mostly good. 1, I don't remember off the top of my head. I liked 1. I liked 2. It wasn't slow, but I also think that they tightened it up a little bit this season, I think. Where you have less of the high school stuff going on and more of the adult stuff, but I think that's where they look like they didn't have. They had the dance sequence, but they didn't have like the viral dance scene and all of that stuff. Somebody was saying that because you didn't have the TikTok of it all, that it wasn't as popular, which makes sense because TikTok sets the tone for a lot.
Which that it is what it is, but I still thought that they did a good job on making it very different than Jenna's dance scene. So that way it didn't feel like a repeat in any way. Yeah.
And I like that it was the two of them. I think the girl's creepy. I don't remember her name. She's good, though. She's really good. Remember when she came out dressed like Wednesday with all... I was like, oh, that's a little jolting to... Because Wednesday was even like...
Just in case you have not seen the music video for that Lady Gaga song, they actually do use the same choreography as in the music video, or at least most of it. So,
let me see. I went to what's her name? And what's that girl's
I'm trying to remember the character's name.
Hold on, I'm looking.
I should remember. It's just we're
Oh,
so
I should
focused
remember
on
too.
the main two that it's hard to remember.
I want season 2.
What is it? No, I. Come on, Rob, help us out here.
He doesn't.
What's the question? I just came back.
No, I'm joking. It's nothing that you would know because you didn't watch the show. So
I use context clues very well.
What's the name?
she's got to be top billed. I mean, she was in every episode.
Of Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This new character.
Oh, I can't remember at all.
Hold on.
I'm looking.
Do I need to go to the
I'm gonna break the facade here and pull out my phone.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, we look things up sometimes, but we don't
I look
use
stuff
notes
up.
on this show.
I look up stuff all the time.
Okay, so she played Agnes DeMille, Evie
Agnes.
Templeton.
Agnes.
Yeah, Agnes.
Agnes.
Okay.
Yes. I liked her a lot. I thought
Yeah.
it was good that she's young. I could also see that she has that standoffishness, but she's still immature in it. So she's not completely Wednesday. She's more like an in between. She's an in between Enid and Wednesday, leaning more towards Wednesday. But
Right.
she's
I mean,
still young in that.
it's a school of outcasts. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the point, is they're all
Yes.
a little different and maybe even, I don't know if weird is the right word, but
Weird.
in their own way. So
I don't know that I had other questions. I don't know if you do. I want to involve Rob because he's been sitting there and I know he's ready to.
I mean, we don't have to, but that's
We don't. But he's the expert. I'm just here for decoration.
Oh, right.
I do want to go back to Fantastic Four because we were having a good conversation.
Oh, okay.
Before the show started, and I know Rob wanted to talk about cinema this year and the improvement. But my last question, actually, I have a last question. Nevermore Academy or Hogwarts? If you could live at one.
Well, so here's the thing.
Oh man,
I'm sorry. These are things you have to think about in these made-up scenarios.
Oh yeah, I know what you're going with this.
Either A, you go to Nevermore because you already have powers, or B, you're going to Hogwarts because you have magical blood, but you need to learn how to use it. So, I mean,
Right.
if I go to Nevermore, I probably really only get one power, and that is whatever I am born with. Where if I go to Hogwarts, I can learn a lot of different things and become the next Dark Lord. So,
from what you know, Robert, Hogwarts or Nevermore?
Nevermore, because that means I already got my powers. Let's fucking roll.
Yes.
yep. But there's a
my
caveat.
argument. My argument is you go to Hogwarts to learn to be something, and it's still, I've heard, and this is somebody else's point, very fascist in Hogwarts, very separated.
Well,
Not my argument.
if
not my
you're in
monkey.
Slytherin, then yeah, you think you're more pure than others, if that's what you're getting at.
What I've heard is that it's very delineated and very separated.
Well, it's literally separated. You're put in a house.
Yes.
So
Nevermore, I think they are more accepting, and I think that you're trying to fit in at Hogwarts. You're trying to be
I hear
at
what
Nevermore.
you're saying, and it makes sense. I'm looking at it from the power perspective because that's what I want is power, obviously. Where
power.
I feel like there is no one person at Nevermore who could defeat somebody like Dumbledore. So
Mm-hmm. I was just looking at it from a purely where would you rather be, but I hear your. But I'm always Team Wednesday. I'm biased.
Oh wow.
Oh, you didn't see my shirt? Oh,
Rolling
Sorry.
Stones, baby.
I
Rolling Stones. When was the last time you guys listened to Jumpin' Jack Flash?
I cause I don't succumb.
Don't know what that is.
Jumping Jack. Wasn't that the Whoopi Goldberg movie?
No, the song.
Is that the one where she's with a dinosaur?
Yeah.
That's Tammy and the T-Rex.
No, that's something different.
Are you
That's
on
Denise
Spotify?
Richards.
Are you on Spotify?
You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
No. Oh,
Gonna make your playlist. But okay.
Rob, there's this great invention. I want to say it came out in the late 1800s, maybe even before that. It's called the radio, where you can listen to all these different songs on all these different stations.
Ryan, without you, I wouldn't know people still listen to the radio.
Well, you know,
that's awesome.
they are here.
All right, that was my last question. Let's go back to Fantastic a little bit, if that's okay with you, sirs.
Yes.
Fantastic Four.
And then we will talk about cinema.
Well, just remember, we will probably have our 2025 recap.
Oh yeah.
Don't
we're
get
just
too
getting started, buddy.
too much
Ryan,
into the weeds.
Ryan, we're dipping our toes.
All
Rob
right.
is the weeds, Ryan.
I'm
Rob,
just saying.
We have a
the weeds.
long
I'm
pool.
just
Oscar season just kicked off.
Yep.
Dude.
Yep.
Just kicked off.
God, I got to keep these guys grounded. My question was, in terms of Fantastic Four, what do you think of the stage it's set? And you can talk about Thunderbolts too, because I think unfortunately they go hand in hand. You can throw in Captain America if you want, like setting the stage for. Rob, don't do that just because Captain America is black.
Oh. I mean, that's why I didn't like it. So, you know.
Well, Ryan, but your last name is White, Mr. Ryan. So that's
I know.
okay.
Come on now.
What do you think of setting the stage for the future for Marvel in terms of if you want to just go? I don't want to do like phase 12 and 30. I know we're phase what, 5 now? 6? Phase 5? We're going into 6?
We're officially in 6.
We're officially in 6. So
Yes.
So the end of 5 going into 6. Like after the Marvels, pretty much.
No, so phase 6 started with either Thunderbolts or Fantastic Four. I don't remember.
No, I'm saying after the Marvels. I don't know, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I have to backtrack here.
Yes.
Phase 4 was after Endgame, right?
Yes.
So what movies were phase 4?
All right, you guys talk. I'm going to pull it up.
I think
I
phase
was-
4, I know it was the Marvels. I know
Okay.
it was
The Eternals,
the Eternals. That was terrible.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, the Quantum Mania,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
Well, I
sure.
can name them in order what phase 4 would have been, but I don't know where phase 4
No. 5. Because 1 through
Oh.
4 was the Infinity Saga, correct?
Yeah.
So then what was 5?
No, 1 through 3 was the Infinity.
Oh, right. Sorry,
Four,
that's what I mean.
WandaVision kicks off, or
Yeah. So
WandaVision kicks out 4. WandaVision, Black Widow,
Yeah.
Captain
Right,
Winter Soldier.
right.
All right, I'm almost there.
I was under the assumption that we had just started 5, and if you're saying we're in 6, I am confused.
No,
Oh.
I think Cap started.
I got it.
Go ahead.
So Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was the first film of Phase 5. So that means the last
Okay.
film of what were the ones that came out in 22? Oh, Wakanda Forever. So Wakanda Forever capped off Phase 4.
Okay.
Ant-Man and the Wasp
Spider-Man.
did through through Thunderbolts. So Phase 6, the first film, is Fantastic Four.
Okay, that makes more sense then. I thought that we were further. It sounded like we were further down in phase 6, and I'm like, wait a second.
So, but I also think so. Phase 6 on paper, it's like, man, that sounds like a short season. You got a Spider-Man movie, 2 Avengers movies, and maybe Black Panther 3. But then I also think I'm like, they're doing fucking Daredevil, the Punisher movie thing, like,
Yeah.
So that'll kind of help load up Phase 6. You know,
I think a lot of Phase 5 was also Disney Plus shows.
Yeah, I got rid of that in 23. I think. So
we watch. I remember you still watch She-Hulk. Like,
yes, I did.
And Werewolves by Night.
No,
you didn't see that. Okay,
no.
I didn't see it. I heard it was really good. I just didn't see it.
It's
either.
great.
Moon Knight, but not Werewolves by Night.
Moon Knight was so boring. Ugh.
What a slog. And they're all so talented. It's nothing to do with the people that made the product. It doesn't, like, where did this go? It didn't go anywhere. It's not Oscar Isaac's fault. It's not the writer's fault. It's not the director's fault. But it's like, you put me through this whole thing, and it's like, okay, we're there, and then nothing.
Yeah, I get it. Anywho, so as Joker was saying, what do you think about the setup?
What do you think for the end of 5 going into 6? But you can go as far. You could really kind of, if you say post the Marvels on, because that's where it's kind of all coming in with like the X-Men.
I think they're in really rough waters. I got to be blunt. Like, the more
Well,
I
I
think
mean,
about this, you know.
Yeah, we know that, but how do you think they are doing for this setup so far? Like, do you think Fantastic Four did set anything up, or what?
The movie made $550 million total in the box office. Like, it did worse than Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Put that aside. What do you think
Oh,
the movie set up?
I'd give it like a C+, to be honest with you.
Not a fucking score. I mean, what do you think it set up? Anywho,
Sorry, it's setting up Doctor Doom because they changed their quarterback mid
Did
game
it though?
with, I think so, because you got that one shot at the end of Fantastic Four, and you got the post credit and Thunderbolts. And if you go back to the Infinity Saga, like all the stuff setting up Thanos until I think Guardians 2 was all post credit scenes, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part.
I give it a C+. What do you guys give it? I mean, what do you guys think?
Go ahead, Mr. White, sir.
Well, my answer to the question would be I don't think it set up a lot of anything aside from, well, Galactus is somewhere now and we don't know where. You got to think of it. Obviously, we are in the space, so we know a lot more. So if you're somebody who is not in space and you go to see Fantastic Four, you're like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm not saying people have no knowledge, but they're going to have very little knowledge. Most of it is going to come from the movie itself. So you see the movie, they're like, okay, they got rid of this one big bad guy. And then you watch this post-credit scene and you see the back of somebody in a green hood. You don't even see either the face, the mask, whatever. So I guess I don't know if for us, we already knew Doom is the next person.
That's a
so
good
for
point,
somebody
right?
who just went to go see that movie, how are they going to have any clue who this person is until they ask somebody? So to me, there was very little setup. And if you're talking about the post-credit scene in Thunderbolts, all we see is a ship. How or why?
It's very inside baseball.
Yeah, how or why they are there, we have no clue because we, as the regular audience, left them in their reality having just defeated Galactus. So what is going on between that? Because if the next movie is Avengers Doomsday, how much of that now has to be dedicated to this is Doom, this is what he can do, this is why he's here, this is that, this is how they get here, and blah, blah, blah. That's why I don't think the setup was very good. I'm fine with it because we are in this space. But if I was a person who just went to go see the movie, I don't think the setup would be very good.
So to your point, I was just thinking about the villains that have been set up so far, right? Thanos is allegedly coming back. Kang is allegedly coming back.
I'll believe that when I
whether they do. I think Thanos is going to be back because there's apparently in the comic books Thanos.
I believe Thanos will be back more than I believe Kang will be back.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm only telling you what I've heard.
Sure.
Doom,
Totally.
obviously. Sentry, Void. He's still there, so we have Doom.
Louis Pullman's he's gonna get hot. He's gonna watch out. He's gonna go on a roll, and he's gonna become. And it's great for them because people go for him.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Let me ask you this: did either of you hear of or see the movie Riff Raff from this year?
No.
No.
Is he in it?
Yes.
Is it good?
I mean, I liked it because I like the people in it,
Okay.
but I don't know how many people would go out of their way, point
Gotcha.
proven, to see that
Mm.
movie. So
Mm.
I can't say Lewis Pullman is anywhere near a draw yet. I mean, Glenn
No.
Powell.
I'm saying watch out. Like two years from now, he's gonna start riding that Austin Butler. That his name, Chad Powers.
Okay, that's great, but what does that do for this movie coming out in December of 2026?
It doesn't do anything for 26, but it might help. But like Florence Pugh, like this isn't against Florence.
Yeah, if she could not sell that movie, then I don't know. Yeah.
No, I just don't think, like, no offense to Florence Pugh, but like she comes from like the A24 thing. So like Letterboxd people like us know Florence Pugh very well. But like I also think that was one of the things that hurt Thunderbolts was there was no clear like movie star in the movie either.
Right. I will say something that I mentioned earlier. Now that more people have seen Thunderbolts on Disney Plus, I do think that will add to it, which is good.
I think it linchpins back to the Marvels because Monica Rambeau is with the X-Men. So whatever happens in the movie, you guys all said it, like we're going to have to spend a lot of time getting to know Doom, way more than Thanos, I think. And I think it's going to be a little exposition from the X-Men, a little exposition from you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So and the reason why I'm doing this is because these are all the villains that I've heard or we know are set up. Thanos, Galactus, Doom, Sentry, Void, Wanda, Kang, maybe. Killmonger is supposed to be coming back, and Kingpin. That's just off the top of my head.
Okay.
We're gonna have and I'm saying
best bad guys.
What?
Those are all their best bad guys. Fucking Killmonger, like Michael B. Jordan is Killmonger, Vincent D'Onofrio is Kingpin. Like, oh my gosh.
And that's what I'm saying, that Galactus isn't. There's no way Galactus is dead.
Well, right. I don't think he's going to be in Doomsday. I think he'll come back later. I just don't know how.
I would see him come back for Secret Wars or something after.
I don't think.
But I don't know. I don't know his story arc in comic books.
Well, and I could be very wrong about this. I don't think the story that we got in this Fantastic Four movie was based off of any story in a line of comic books. At least specifically, let's trick him into getting into this portal and sending him somewhere else in the galaxy. I don't know if that was ever a part of anything, so I doubt that they would be doing something specific for him later.
Deep dive Loki question, off topic for a second. Isn't Kang a derivative of Franklin Richards or something like that? Weren't they explain something like that?
So I just watched. I was at a friend's house about a month ago, and I was able to watch season 2 of Loki because I had a lot of time.
Yes.
So, I forget her name, but the time person from season 1, not her, but she was with her. The person she was with, they go back in time to, I want to say 1917, the early 1900s, and they give, I forget the name, but Joker just said it, they give a book on how to do certain things to the child version of Kang. Not Kang, but the name that Joker gave.
Right.
And so that way he studies it through the years and is able to be more advanced in technology than anybody else because he basically was given the answers ahead of time. It's a almanac situation, basically. So yes, he is first a regular human, but then somewhere down the line, because of everything he does, he then becomes Kang, and then the variants and so on. Is that what you were asking, kind of?
That's what I mean. They were saying something like that in season 1, but they alluded to, like you said, in season 2. But that's what I thought. So that's why I think Kang could potentially come back.
Yeah, potentially. It's just I think that they're still not sure about that situation and how people will react. Which, I mean, it's not that I don't care, but I feel like they've already chosen not to go that route. So I don't know why they would bring him back at all.
They also have like hundreds of millions of dollars invested because of what they're paying Downey and the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
To all come back to kind of like Hail Mary this shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, like, no shade to Jonathan Majors, but like, I just don't think, even if like everything's cool with them, I just don't think they got the capital like right now. I mean, I don't know. I'm optimistic about the team up movies, but we'll see.
So I can't remember if you answered your own question or not, Joker, but how did you feel the setup was from Fantastic Four?
I think that, and I'll use the end credit scene of Fantastic Four, where they spent half the movie or 3/4 of the movie trying to keep Galactus from getting Franklin.
Right.
Then Doom is there holding Franklin. So
Right.
you just spent a whole movie talking about this, got rid of it, and now, okay, so if Franklin is going to become is he going to become like the new Infinity Gauntlet, so to speak?
I think so, yeah.
But
And well, so to me, it becomes redundant. It becomes repetitive. Like, why are we going to keep? Why are we doing something and doing it, going right into it again? Because if that was Doom, who was supposed to be, we know Doom's coming. So you didn't tell me anything new. It was almost a pointless scene. Like, I mean, you and Rob could have been in a post-credit scene. Hey, Doom's coming. You heard Doom's coming? Yeah, I heard Doom's coming.
Well, that was, I remember talking to Rob about this. That was my frustration with the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
I would understand if, you know, they didn't want to reveal that it was Downey, because I'm sure there's still a large number of people that don't know it's going to be him. I know that's hard to believe from our standpoint, but there is. But they didn't show or tell anything about him. And that was my confusion about it, is for the general, again, for the general audience that's just going to the movie, you saw the back of a guy who wears a green cloak. That's all you saw. So
could have been Green Arrow.
Well,
well, I mean,
that would have been even more strange, but yes.
So like some regular people, they might maybe they don't know Green Arrow is, oh, that's DC or whatever. I mean, like, I think a lot more people know now than ever.
Yeah.
But it's still not everybody.
Right.
So I don't think they set the stage up. So what did they?
They set up that Franklin. They set up that Franklin is important. That is what we know. They set up that the Fantastic Four come from a reality where it's, at least from what we saw, somewhat utopian, and their day-to-day technology may be more advanced, or at least the technology that everybody has access to is more advanced.
Not just the government.
Right, exactly. So those are the things they set up, but how those are going to be, how those are going to come into play, and again, more importantly, how they're going to show Doom as a greater threat, I don't know. There was nothing there to do that.
Yeah, I don't, because now, and I don't know, canonically, is Doom a bigger threat than Galactus? I didn't think he was more powerful than Galactus. I thought Galactus was, I mean, besides like the Beyonder and people who I've heard names, but I don't know them like that. Like, I thought Doom was high, but I thought Galactus was like, you don't get much more powerful than Galactus. That's what I thought.
I don't think anybody here can answer that. Maybe somebody in the chat, but nobody on the screen right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're all very powerful. Not all of them. Like, no offense to Killmonger, but like Galactus is more powerful than, they're like, there's levels. You know?
Killmonger is legit human unless he drinks the whatever that gives him the Panther power.
But like Carol Danvers, technically human, but yeah, she's as powerful as Doctor
yeah.
Doom, probably.
Yeah.
You know, and then we haven't Scarlet Witch, and we haven't met Jean Grey in this.
Oh, that's what I forgot. Did I say Wanda? So how many ultimate
Yeah, you
beings
said
can
Wanda.
there be? How many ultimate beings can there be? Because right now, we'll say Galactus, we'll say Doom, we'll say Sentry Void, or Void, who seems to be more powerful than Sentry.
Well, going off of the way Thunderbolts described it, he only becomes the Void if he starts to use his power, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what I've.
So technically, he's out for both teams right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Then you have I don't remember her name from this was she a scroll from Secret? What,
You're talking about Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones?
Emilia Clarke? Yeah.
Again, I'm
She had all the
forgetting.
same
I'm forgetting
powers.
that series, but
She
okay.
had all the same powers that Sentry
Right.
had.
They wasted Ben Mendelsohn. They wasted him.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, like, we know Sam Jackson's coming back.
Yeah. But to me, and then you have Monica Rambeau, and you have Miss Marvel, and then you have
And now
Captain
technically
Kamala Khan.
Miss Marvel
It's
might be a mutant base.
right.
Might be a mutant based power, right?
Right.
So
But one of all of these superpower, and then you got Hulk, who I've heard rumblings that, and this is that they're going to do Worldbreaker Hulk. Do I know if that's true? But don't Sentry and Worldbreaker Hulk get into it? I think it's Sentry. That's what I've heard from comic books. Again, I don't know all the comic book lore, but
that's the thing, though. People who want to see these movies shouldn't have to. They need to be
I
able
agree.
to explain it to everybody where
Yes.
it makes sense. And that's what they did such a good job in for the first 3 phases.
Yes. Because at this point, Thor and Hulk are the two most powerful, but now they're getting dwarfed by people.
Right. Well, but I get what you mean. Yeah.
Maybe not Thor per se, but
Hulk is,
You know,
for sure.
because everybody's, Thanos whipped his butt, and it was just like, But as strong as Hulk is supposed to be, do they get a rematch? Is there like around 2 or 3 or whatever? And I think part of that was what I've heard the Russos say is that they wanted to make it a fairer fight, so they took Hulk out of it and made him like professional and all of that stuff. But it was like, well, what's the point of bringing him in there?
Yeah, do we know if it's going to be Professor Hulk in Spider-Man Brand New Day, or
I heard from reviews and some of the people that were talking about it, it's supposed to be. It might be. Who's the Hulk before Worldbreaker Hulk?
Well, so if you're talking about, are you talking about Edward Norton, or are you
No,
talking about the
Hulk
Abominable? The Abomination. Sorry.
No, there's a Hulk that, like Worldbreaker Hulk, is like the strongest Hulk.
Are you talking comics or movies?
Comics, because I don't think he's been in.
Oh, then I'm not going to have that answer. Sorry.
Oh, no. I don't know either. I only know. See, because I don't know the comic books like that, and people that do, they want to have the comic books have the answers, but they always don't have the answers because Marvel doesn't necessarily follow the comic book straight line.
Right. I would say, and this is just me guessing and judging off as we've been talking about the state of Marvel.
Yeah.
I think they're less focused on trying to appeal to that audience and at least should be more focused on trying to appeal to the masses. But who knows?
I concur. Final thoughts on the Marvel of everything, sirs?
Despite of all we've said, I am beyond excited to see that first trailer for Doomsday.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I think Doomsday is going to be ridiculous. Like, not in a bad, it's going to just be so many people. They're going to have 9,000 heroes. I think it's going to be good.
Rebecca Romaine and Patrick Stewart and, the whole crew. Everybody came back. It's so great.
Yeah, but how long are some of them going to be there?
I don't know. I like if they get the screen time that the other guys got in Deadpool Wolverine, I would be satisfied with that. Like if everybody that's in this movie got that, because again, you figure this movie's going to be 245.
Oh yeah, it's got to. Yeah.
So and then we know there's going to be another.
245.
Oh yeah, this will be
Well,
245.
It's gonna
Endgame
be like
was
3.5.
Oh, I don't think they
They
can do
gotta
that.
they
yet.
gotta earn that again.
Exactly. They have to earn it again, like Rob said.
Yeah. Anyway,
You don't
cut to
think
the
people?
chase. They gotta make it worth the money they're paying Downey.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be in it for sure, most certainly.
And the Russos.
I think
And
I
that's
think the
just
first
them.
hour, I think the first hour, you more just hear about him, and he's in it for the last hour, 45 minutes, which is like a whole movie itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that goes back to what we were saying earlier is, at least to me, it feels like the first hour needs to be set up.
100%.
So,
It has to be. Because plus two, these
That's a
people
lot
have
of
to
setup.
meet each other. You know what I mean? Like
mhm.
at least in Infinity War, yeah, there were definitely like, oh hi, I'm Doctor Strange, but like
But
Yeah.
this is too many fucking people to be introducing to each other.
Yeah.
It's not, but this is the difference though. We knew all the characters, not as much with Thanos. We knew all the characters before in. So yes, they had not mingled, but we knew them. Where in this one, A, they have to tell people about Doom, and B, they probably have to give a pretty good refresher on the X-Men as well. So
Well, not just the X-Men, but like, I mean, if you're if you're bringing Kamala Khan,
you
that
gotta
movie
bring.
didn't do so hot,
right,
and not everybody watched that show.
right.
You know?
Mhm. You have to set of. You got to make it more clear and concise, and I think that's the problem. I know Marvel wants to be like all secretive and stuff, but to an extent, they have to set a nice, clear stage to make people. Because I think the goal is to get everybody to see Secret Wars. I know Doomsday and all that stuff, but it's
No,
gonna
but you're
be-
right. They're going
You have to set the stage to get people to Secret Wars, and you have to make Doom like Thanos at the end of Infinity War, and everybody's like, "What just happened?" So you want to come back, and it's going to be similar because you're not going to get rid of Doom in one movie.
No, you better not.
You can't. It doesn't make sense. And the one thing I didn't like about it is that, and all other, whether it's true or not, Doom always knew them before.
When you say them, you mean the Fantastic
The
Four?
Fantastic. He was always tied into the Fantastic.
Right. That was the other thing that I thought was
That annoyed me a little bit.
strange about
Yes.
the movie is he was never a part of the story.
At all. And to me, it's like, okay, you bring him in for, and I know, oh, we're going to save it, blah, blah, blah. So what are you going to do, 9,000 flashbacks? Are you going to like do?
Right.
Why does he even know about Franklin? Because I don't think Galactus and Silver Surfer knew about Franklin necessarily before. I feel like when they met them.
Right.
So, okay, how does Doom know about it?
Well, I'm assuming Doom knows about him because when the Fantastic Four came back from their meeting with the Galactus, it was televised that he wanted our son. So I'm also assuming that somehow Doom did research in whatever way he does or hacked into something and found out why the Galactus would have wanted that child to begin with. So, but again, mainstream audience has
gonna
to
know
be
that.
aware. So
Then that's little things that you have to pay attention to. Like you have to, and I think what's happening now is because how many comic book movies have you two seen? Around.
Well, I mean, I can tell you right now. So just with Marvel alone, they're at 40 movies.
Right.
So I've definitely seen 60 comic book movies,
At
maybe
least.
75.
Yeah.
I mean, if you count like all the Fox stuff, all the old Sony stuff,
Right.
all the Christopher Reeve.
It's right around 100 for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think everybody that's going to go see has seen 100 comic book movies? And I probably haven't
No.
seen. Well, I've probably seen 80, 90, right? And that's like And that's not counting research I've done. That's not counting animation. That's not counting like talking about. Because we talk about like this is what like, and it's what Harlow for them say a little bit. Like this is kind of like you're in the world, so you know a lot of this, and you have to start thinking like them. And to me, what made Avengers Endgame and Infinity War was the stories. And right now, I'm just not seeing any stories that I'm like, oh, this is a great story. Like they're fine. Like Fantastic Four, the story was fine, but to me, it didn't have anything about it. It felt like, boop, 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 we're done.
Yeah, like I said, I liked it, but I wasn't like, wow, I need to see that again.
Right.
So, you know, it was a great story? Shang-Chi. I thought that was great. And it's just like I said, this is why I get frustrated and I start digging my heels, is just because it's like you had some really good stuff. Like I don't get it, but all right,
Unfortunately, I think that was a leadership thing at that time.
So. Yes. Well, no, and I understand that, but now you're trying to rewrite what was already written, and you're trying to fix the whole system, which makes a lot of these things really hard to do, because now you're trying to create a original superhero story, and you have DC starting a whole new universe where, I'm sorry, Gunn and Feige.
Peter Safran.
No. Gunn and Feige they're really good friends, so they're gonna have similar ideas about stuff. Maybe not exactly the same. Yeah. You don't think Superman could have? You take Superman out and you make what's Wonder Man? Is that his name? You make
that's coming out with Yahya Abdul-Mateen.
If he made Wonder Man, it could be a very similar story, and I think that they got Gunn because he has that Feige kind of knowledge for comic book movies.
Yeah,
I think the positive thing that Gunn's doing is he's doing Elseworlds, so Matt Reeves can shine, kids. And he's doing also R-rated content. You know, Mike Flanagan wrote, I'm blanking on, he's like the swamp, not the swamp creature, but like the... Anyways, Clayface, thank you. And I think that's going to be rated R, you know? So like, that's cool. Yeah. I think what Disney's doing, they need to bring it back home. Mm-hmm. And then once they bring it back home, so they're going to make $1 billion on Doomsday. Then they can try to get $2 billion on the next one. Mm-hmm. Once they get there, if they can do it, if they can't, it's over. But if they can get there, then they can start thinking about, okay, that's what Gunn and Safran are doing at Warner Brothers. What can we do here? Mm-hmm. Like make the $1 billion movies, but then also have like niche things. But I mean, but like that being said, the Batman made $1 billion fucking dollars.
The non-Avenger movies have to step up, and that's what's not happening. Correct. Because you have Black Panther 2. Didn't they even make $800-something million?
Very unique circumstances, but yes.
Yeah,
but you're still coming out of the pandemic.
You have Black Panther,
and their lead actor passed away. So.
No. Yes, 100%. I'm just saying in general, you had non-Avenger movies making a lot of money for Marvel for a long time.
Right.
And now what you don't have is the non-Avenger movies making the money, because even if Fantastic Four is one of the flagship comic books, one of the flagship properties. Now what happens when you go and you're like, oh, well, yeah, you know, it was okay. Like well, we rented it on streaming, but I spent $25 as opposed to $150 to take all of us to see it, snacks, all that stuff.
Too many damn kids.
My wife.
Dude, I mean, like that's what
my daughter was like. Oh, my daughter was like, oh, that's really expensive. I said it's better than $150 more just to, because you're talking about 4 tickets, and if my daughter wants to bring her boy, like you're talking now, you're at 20. You're at $125 just for tickets. So I was like, all right, I'll pay the $25. I'm okay with that, and I could watch it at home. But again, it has to be something that's worth it. That's why I'd rather see a horror movie in the movie theaters than see anything else. But that's just me.
So I'm going to use that as a hard pivot to talk about things that you should see in the theater. It's called IMAX and VistaVision. I've seen 2 movies in the last 9 months in VistaVision, The Brutalist, and I mean not technically because like there's only kind of those theaters in the whatever, but like yeah.
You know, Rob, not all of us live in a fancy city where we have
IMAX
and VistaVision.
I would have to go to Indianapolis to go to like a real IMAX. They closed the 180 pier. They closed during the pandemic, and it sucks. You go to IMAX, it looks great.
Yes, I have a LIMAX here as well.
I don't even know what that is.
So IMAX is supposed to be a giant screen, typically in a dome shape, that covers everything. So no matter where you look, you're seeing a part of the movie.
Yeah.
What a lot of theaters do is they just have a larger than normal rectangular screen.
Yeah.
And they call it IMAX because yes, it is bigger than all the other screens in their theater, but it is not exactly up to the same standard. So a lot of people have now referred to that as LIMAX because it's lying about being an IMAX. So
there's an IMAX I've been to a few times. The last time I was there was for Endgame and Tenet. Yeah. It's even bigger than the LIMAX we're used to going to, but it's still not technically IMAX. You know what I mean? It's definitely a little bigger, but yeah. Some
movies I see in that. Obviously, Endgame I wanted to see in that, and I did.
Right.
I want to say I saw Spider-Man No Way Home in that. I probably saw Avatar: The Way of Water in that.
Dude, Civil War in LIMAX or IMAX or whatever was fucking.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of more recent movies since the decline of people going to the cinemas and things like that. So.
Civil War's pretty recent.
I don't know if I saw. I saw the Taylor Swift concert in IMAX. I don't know. I don't know if I saw anything this year in IMAX.
No, I didn't do it in Sinners. I wanted to, but the showings were. I was like, I'm just gonna go in regular.
I might have went to go see F1, but I went with my mom, and we didn't want to do that, so we just saw the regular. But that would have been one. I know that I saw Top Gun Maverick in IMAX for at least one of my viewings where it was just me. But yeah, some of the movies, like, no offense to Paul Thomas Anderson, but One Battle After Another is the current movie in the one IMAX that we have here. And at least for me, I don't really view that as a IMAX experience. So some scenes in it, yes, but for most of it, I don't know why I would need necessarily a bigger screen for that.
So as a side note, when
Oppenheimer, that's another one that I saw in IMAX.
Oppenheimer. You had mentioned I brought up Civil War, and you were like, "That was a while." I'm talking about the one that came out, the Alex Garland Civil War.
Oh, I saw that in IMAX. Sorry, I thought I was on the Captain America.
That was worth it for the sound quality. You know? Yeah, dude, I don't think so I think Joker Folie à Deux was the last movie I saw in IMAX.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Well, okay, you know what? I love
those Jokers, you just can't.
5 stars. So I want to talk about One Battle After Another, and I'm just going to say this. Anybody that sees this show, go to the movie theater and see this movie. It's almost 3 hours long, so you're going to have to carve out some time. Go with your friends. Go with your family. Have a great time. This is cinema. I know that sounds cliche, but this is cinema. This movie, Sinners, Weapons, those are my top 3 of the year thus far. I'm sure things may change by the end.
Oh, they will.
Well, yeah, Deliver Me. But yeah, dude, like Ryan, like, all right, what time is it?
Oh, time does not exist. What did he say exactly?
Mexican hairless.
Well, that's an answer to a different question, but yeah. No, but to somewhat echo what Rob is saying. I will say two things. Number one, if you are a Paul Thomas Anderson fan, definitely see this movie. Number two, if you saw the trailer and you are interested in it, I would encourage you to see this movie. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Not in IMAX. You don't have to do any special screening, showing, whatever. But like Rob is saying, please go see a movie like this because we don't get as many of them, and unfortunately, they do not tend to do as well, even though arguably one of the biggest stars in the world is in this movie. So,
okay, I've quite a few things to say. Quickly though, what I'll start with is Don't Look Up wasn't in the theaters, but I've seen Wolf of Wall Street, The Revenant, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Killers of the Flower Moon, and One Battle After Another. The last 5 Leo movies I've seen in the theater. You know what I mean?
Yeah, say them again.
Wolf of Wall Street.
I did not see that one in the theater.
Okay. Revenant, Once
Yes.
Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Yes.
Killers of the Flower Moon,
Yes.
One Battle After Another.
Yes.
I've never seen Gatsby because I'm not a big Baz Luhrmann guy.
It's fine. What?
Well, Shutter Island I saw in the theater.
Yes. God, that Gatsby is tough, and it goes off of what you were saying. It's a very Baz Luhrmann take, where if you know this director, you know that he is extravagant at times, and his telling of a story is going to be unique. I enjoyed the movie, but I more so enjoyed it because of the people that was in it,
Sure.
not the way that it was necessarily done, but fun at times.
For sure. What else? I had some other quick thoughts. But yeah, this movie overall, it's got DiCaprio in it. Like, to think this movie, by the way, this movie's done $48.5 million this weekend.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, it's on Twitter. When you guys were talking about Wednesday, that's what I was looking at.
You're 100% sure.
48.5 million. It's from trusted sources.
Then it did it. Do you know what it did?
It's either the highest or second highest PTA movie box office all time.
Sure, it might have done that too, but more importantly, this is either the 5th or 6th Warner Brother release this year consecutively that has done over $40 million.
Like, again, they're my favorite studio for a reason. You know, the fact that Weapons did 250 mil
so far.
And that's what I was going to bring up. Ryan, how many people were in your theater when you saw it?
What are we talking about?
One Battle After Another.
About 10, but I went to a 12:30 on a Saturday showing.
Gotcha. So I went at 7 p.m. last night. Theater was packed.
That makes more sense for the time.
We laughed out loud like at least 30 times. Like the whole crowd, like when he's on the phone and he uses everything. It was like seeing a comedy in the theater, the way it played at certain points, you know, and then there were obviously very serious moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, it was like, man, I haven't had a theatrical experience like that in a long time, because Oppenheimer's a downer, you know, and Barbie's a comedy. You know what I mean?
I mean, I would not necessarily say Oppenheimer is a downer, but it is far more serious through and through than
this. There's no like jokey stuff in it, you know?
Right.
But anyway, so it was a packed theater, which was great.
Good.
That was like a big plus. So this movie did 48. So here's my prediction. This is where I'm going with this. This movie, watch for the box office on Tuesday, because now
I will.
Word's gonna get out. Right?
I will.
I think this movie continues to make good to really good money for like the next month, because Taylor Swift's thing's coming out this weekend. That's going to eat up all the theaters, and the Smashing Machine comes out. So, but I think One Battle After Another is going to hang around till Wicked, which comes out November 7th. Is that right?
21st.
21st.
I honestly don't think it'll be around that long. At least not
21st.
At least not in most markets. It won't be around that long. But no, if it did reach those numbers that you were saying, then I do think that the word of mouth will be good. Like I said, because there was only about 10 or so people in my showing, I wasn't really getting that vibe that it was going to do good, but hearing that, much better. And then we will know officially on Tuesday.
And to be fair, it's a 3-hour movie.
Yep.
So there's gonna
Which
be
it did
less
not
showing.
feel like it. It
No,
did
it's
not
not
feel
at all.
like a 3-hour movie.
It's going to have less show times because it's a
Yes.
3-hour movie.
Yes.
And it's not Avengers Endgame, which is going to eat up all the theaters.
Right.
Like the Taylor Swift thing will next weekend. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, maybe you're right, but I just hope it sticks it out to like the
I
end of
think
October.
I think it has a good shot through the majority of October, depending on how certain things do.
Sure, for sure. I'm straight up, dude. I'm going as Bob Ferguson. I'm gonna dress up him, pass out Halloween candy this year. I'm gonna get a black hat, and I'm gonna go buy those like old lady sunglasses that cover your whole face, and
The
like
blue
red
blockers?
bathrobe. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, and then you just hope there's like some people in their 30s and 40s that are like, nice, dude.
Well, yeah, it would be pretty difficult to recognize that costume, but yeah.
For sure. But I mean, it'd be well, I don't know. We'll see. If this movie does like 100 mil and it's over with, yeah, nobody will get that. But if it ends up doing like closer to weapons money, I don't know.
Do you already have like a beanie or whatever he was wearing?
Yeah.
Or
I just
okay.
don't have the red bathrobe.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, and the old lady, like the big visor or something. I don't know those.
You're gonna have to grow your hair out a little bit.
Yeah, well, okay. I'm not like shaving my beard or anything, but yeah. Anyways, I say this to say I'm really excited. I know Ryan's excited. We got like the Smashing Machines coming out, Deliver
That
Me
looks
from
good.
Nowhere, Wicked for Good. Like I'm hearing great things about Hamnet, which is like a Bill Shakespeare movie. I know, but dude, what if it's really good? Yeah. Dude, that Wuthering Heights movie, I'm gonna be there for an opening.
So
that was incredible.
I just
You need to
saw the
rewatch
trailer yesterday for during one battle after another.
Yeah.
Like
So
so
what movie?
another version of Wuthering Heights.
Oh, okay.
It's like the third or fourth American theatrical version. I've seen
I have a feeling there's going to be a little bit more going on in this one.
There's going to
a
be
little bit
so
more
much, like this is gonna
getting down, if you
It's
will.
going to be like Eyes Wide Shut times 10 with the story of Wuthering Heights. But like,
however, I am far more excited for Jacob Elordi's other movie, Frankenstein. So,
Oh, that looks good.
yeah, Guillermo.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, what are you hearing about the Julia Roberts movies coming out where she plays like a professor or something?
I've heard
Will she be like Tar?
I've heard she's great and the movie's fine, but I will definitely be seeing it because of her. So,
gotcha. Yeah, and I like the supporting cast. That's what got me interested in it. But yeah, dude, I'm so excited. Marty Supreme comes out, the new Chalamet.
Oh, right. Yep.
On Christmas Day. I told Helen last year when we saw the Bob Dylan movie on Christmas Eve, I said, I know for a fact Marty Supreme comes out next year on Christmas Day. We're going to spend the next 3 Christmas with Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
Because Dune Messiah, you know, and it's like, this is what I'm talking about, people.
Good stuff to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah, about time. I do have a question, Robert. Are you looking forward to Avatar?
I've not seen the second one.
Yes. Mr. White?
I can't say I'm looking forward to it, but I'm definitely going to see it. I'm sorry, the visuals, they're incredible. Absolutely incredible. So
I haven't seen the first one. I've seen parts of the first one. I was dragged against my will to the second one, and me and Patty have been arguing who's going to take having to see the third one because she wants to see the third one. It was so boring. I felt so boring.
The movie itself, the story, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But the visuals,
I
don't know how they keep getting better. It is phenomenal.
Because he dedicates 5, 6
Oh,
years
I
to
know
these
it's
movies.
absolutely that. But I'm saying though, just looking at it compared to all other special effects across the board, it stands out.
Yeah. So you're gonna go see it. Interesting.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
So I'm a completionist, and obviously James Cameron, obviously. So at some point I'll watch 2. I might watch 2, like, and then go see 3 in the theater. But I'll wait till it dies down a little bit.
Oh,
You-
so you're
you
gonna.
See at least one of them in the theater. Yeah, I'm
I
assuming.
saw the first one in the theater
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
assuming they'll also bring back 2 to the theater as well. So
for sure.
Well, yeah, because he's got to beat what's number 2? And
Fire and Water.
The Way of Water.
There you go.
No. What's the second movie that back? Oh no, that was the first Avatar.
So there's Avatar, then there's Avatar: The Way of Water, and
Yeah.
then this one is Avatar: Fire and Ash. Is that what you're
Yeah, no.
asking? Or
No.
you mean what are the top grossing movies?
Yes.
Is that what? So
Was it
yes, Avatar. I want to say number 1 is now number 1 again because
Yeah.
they brought it back to
That was my question.
go above Avengers Endgame.
Yeah,
But number
they
2
cheated.
is still, I want to say, in the top 5, if not definitely the top 10. So
Right, and then you got Infinity War, or is it No Way Home and then Infinity War,
I don't know. I just know the Avatars are both up there. So
and then Titanic?
well,
That's wild.
yeah.
Well, they have re-released it multiple times in IMAX and 3D, and that helps.
I'm assuming there will be another release in 2028 for the 30th anniversary.
Is it 30 years?
27, but yeah,
Huh?
20. It'd be 27.
Oh,
you-
right. All right. My bad. Yeah.
So-
okay.
Did he
I
do a
wanna get-
movie in '98?
No,
Because
it
Romeo
went
and Juliet-
Titanic and then Avatar.
No. DiCaprio.
Oh, well, he went Titanic and then I want to say The Beach.
Yeah,
but
that
I
was
don't.
2000, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think there was
Yeah.
anything in between,
Mm.
but I could be wrong.
That sounds right.
How do you guys feel? And
Okay.
Rob knows. Oh, I'm glad you feel okay. Rob knows I've harped on this, Mr. White. So I kind of want your opinion. What do you feel about the writing of movies lately? And I know a lot of these movies that are coming out were like written and all that stuff. Wait, hold on. Did you guys see War of the Worlds?
No, but I watched Dan Murrell's review of it.
You talking about the one with Ice Cube?
So,
Yeah, yeah.
it was entertaining, but it was so bad.
Oh, I'm sure it
was
looked
so
god awful, and it looked like the majority of it just did not make sense. So
No, I feel like he shot in his room the whole time, and they were like, "Okay, we're gonna rent this downstage for 3 hours," and then they did all of that. How do you feel about the writing of the state of writing of the movies lately?
So, as you may or may not know, I pretty much go to the movies every week. So I see a variety, and then obviously at home I watch a variety as well. Most of them are perfectly fine. A lot of them in the horror genre are pretty paint by numbers. So I can't. It's tough to say because more movies are being made now than ever before, even though people are like, they say there's, not as many original. There are, you just don't seek them out is the thing. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, fine. But I also feel that because of some of these streaming services, specifically Tubi, I know has a lot of, let's say, lower quality films when it comes to production value and things like that. You're on mute.
And I was saying they're free.
Yeah, exactly. So there are more of what seems to be written by a computer, or at least, put together from other movies and blah, blah, blah. But every once in a while, we do get a one battle after another, or a Weapons. I think Weapons was based off of a book, though, but still. Yeah, so there's more that are not good, but I do believe that is because there are just more movies in general. So.
Okay. Mr. Ferguson Beck?
So I think it depends on the situation. If you're doing this kind of franchise watered down spectacle sort of thing. And I don't mean watered down as a negative, but like to get it to a certain mass appeal, you got to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that we are in. I called this like 3 years ago after I walked out after I got done seeing Nope, and I said,
Nope.
Yeah, because it was right after seeing the North, like 2 months after seeing the Northman, and I go, I think we are entering a renaissance of the auteur like filmmaker, writer, director, whole shebang. And what has been successful on the big screen this year? Coogler, Sinners. We've had Oppenheimer, we've had, now the PTA movie. And it's just like to think that filmmakers now are like, okay, cool. I want to make like something that's like really good and use movie stars. And they go big with it. And the writing's incredible. I wouldn't be surprised if Tarantino's next movie was an IMAX. You know what I mean? Like, but even more so.
Well, he's going to be in 70 millimeter, if anything. But yeah,
that's true. That's a good. No, you're right. You're right. But like, I think the writing's great. I think there's a lot of great stuff that people have written that they're able to get made, and that's awesome. I think there's also a lot of mid stuff that, to use that term, that's out, and it's got a lot to do with like I read articles about they tell writers at Netflix on TV shows to like describe more about what you're doing for people that are looking at their phones. And like, I don't know how much truth there is to that, but even if there's a nugget, well, I mean, like, that's what's fun about like the PTA movie is there's all these little tiny, like you blink and you miss it, so pay attention, make it worth the $13 you paid to go see the movie.
$13
during the day.
You're going to matinee. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that was Saturday night prices. It's normally like $9.50.
$9.50.
Yeah.
I think the most I've done is 23. That's
in the city.
Oh, that's on Long Island. The city's probably more.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
the most I've ever paid for a ticket was the Taylor Swift concert movie.
Because you couldn't use your pass for it.
Right, and it was in IMAX, and it was a special event, and blah, 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 $28, which it was more than worth it. So,
well, this new one's only $12. So.
Yeah, but not exactly the same thing. I'm not going to know any of these songs.
Exactly. You're going like I'm gonna go on Sunday after you've at least heard who's gonna like that's so it's just I don't know, like I'm excited about it, but like you gotta absorb it first, right? Or am I crazy?
Yeah, I mean this is a very
is that a loaded question, Robert?
Sure, for sure. Anyways, all the rabbit holes.
Nice.
The writing's great. That's what I'll conclude with. The writing, I think the Holdovers was written. There's great writing.
Maybe I'm just not seeing the right movies. Maybe it's horror.
It's definitely horror. I can tell you that 100%.
Yeah, because if I'm going to see a movie, but again, it's different. Probably perspective. Like I want to get the AMC thing, the movie pass, but to me, even if I get a movie pass, I still got to pay for three other tickets or
right.
So for me, I understand that, but I'd rather watch a horror movie and be scared than I mean, maybe Denzel, but I even feel like Highest to Lowest wasn't even in the movie theaters that long.
It wasn't. It was. I think it was. I mean, it might have been near you. It might have been in New York, but it was not in most locations. So.
Yeah. And I felt like, I don't know, they didn't have faith in it because it seemed like it was in the theaters and then it was out.
I don't know.
Well, fellas, I unfortunately have to prepare for early sessions tomorrow, so I'm going to depart. As much as I love our banter, I would like to get back together to discuss maybe DC a little bit more. I want to see Peacemaker. I haven't seen season 2 yet, but I do want to watch that. Maybe put them under the microscope a little bit.
Okay.
Other than that, like I said, me and Mr. Fishbeck are working behind the scenes to bring a different version of Carter back to you. There's room for the white.
It depends on the subject.
Oh, we're gonna talk about everything. That's what me and
Carter
Rob.
Beck White.
Mm,
We'll
we'll see.
We
Wasn't
could
it
do
like
white. We could do White Joker back.
Wasn't it like the Carter 3 or something like that?
That was, I think, 3 albums ago for Lil Wayne.
Well, I'm just saying we could be the Carter 3, and
We could.
People would be very confused.
Oh yeah, for sure. Wait till they see me dance.
I love it. All right, sirs. I'm going to depart out. Rob,
I think we're done here.
Yeah, we're
so
gonna close. We're gonna close
we're
the
gonna
show
wrap
out.
it up.
So, thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for joining. We'll see you guys later.
Joker out.
Take it easy.
Bye.